This isn't comedy anymore. This is the moment a punchline turned into a bombshell, and the stable genius myth finally ran out of room to hide. The studio feels wrong the second the cameras start rolling. The lights are too bright, so bright they make faces look waxy. Someone in the back quietly throws up into a plastic bag. No one reacts. Everyone already knows tonight is different. Jimmy Kimmel sits behind his desk with a single manila folder, thin, ordinary, somehow dangerous. He hasn't even touched it yet, and the tension is thick enough to taste. Across from him sits Donald Trump. Legs spread, hands locked around the armrests like he's trying not to fly apart. He's been monologuing for nearly 5 minutes about his intelligence, his uncle from MIT, his brilliance that very smart people admire, and how he understands things nobody else can. It's the same loop he always uses. Talk fast, talk big, overwhelm the silence before it asks questions that the audience feels the pressure the way animals feel earthquakes. Then Kimmel finally cuts in calm, lethal. You keep saying genius level. That's a specific phrase. What test did you take? Trump's eyes flicker. The standard one. A very rigorous test. The one doctors use. The Montreal Cognitive Assessment. Very advanced. Very challenging. Kimmel places a hand on the folder. The audience inhales like he just reached for a weapon. The Montreal test doesn't have a genius level. Kimmel says, max score is 30. Anything above 26 just means you're not experiencing cognitive decline. Beat. It's a dementia screening, not an IQ test. Trump freezes, then tries to pivot. That's not the one I took. I took a more advanced one. Kimmel opens the folder. The studio goes dead silent. He pulls out a document and holds it toward the camera. Walter Reed confirms you did take the Montreal. You scored a 28. Trump snaps fake document. They'd never release that. Never. Kimmel turns another page. Here's the release form. Your signature. You posted about it online. A laugh bursts from the audience, small but impossible to hide. Trump's head whips toward the sound like a predator scenting prey. Kimmel doesn't stop. The neurologist reported that you became frustrated during the math section. You asked to skip it, and you only recalled 2 out of 5 words in the memory test. That's why you scored 28 instead of 30. Trump sputters. She was biased. She had an agenda. What agenda? Kimmel asks. Trump has nothing. Kimmel slides out another sheet. You said your score put you in the top 1%. This test doesn't have percentiles. It's pass or fail. You passed good, but it's not genius. Not exceptional. Not even unusual. Trump reaches the boiling point. I never said genius. I said genius level. Adjacent to genius. Kimmel blinks. Adjacent to genius. Trump stands, fists balled, breathing hard. Kimmel doesn't move. Sit down or walk out. But if you walk out, everyone will know why. The room holds its breath. Trump sits. For the first time, he looks down. Kimmel lifts the final sheet. This is from the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. They reviewed everything. All authentic. They also note that exaggerating performance on a basic cognitive test is a common defensive reaction in people struggling to accept normal age-related limitations. Silence. Not TV silence, real silence. Trump's face cracks for half a second. Fear, then anger, then confusion. That's defamation, he mutters. There will be consequences. Kimmel doesn't even blink. The only consequence is that everyone now knows you scored a 28 on a dementia screening and spent a week calling it genius. Trump tries to speak, but no sound comes out. Security steps in. He doesn't resist. He just lets them guide him away. Not a word. Not a glance back. The audience stays frozen until the applause finally erupts, first hesitant, then roaring. Kimmel closes the folder. 28 out of 30 is normal. It's nothing to brag about, nothing to lie about. And when someone shows you proof, the right thing to do is accept reality. That clip spreads like wildfire. Doctors weigh in. Psychologists weigh in. Voters, especially in swing states, start registering in record numbers. Suddenly, the myth cracks. The spell breaks. A thin manila folder on live TV did what years of headlines never could. It made the truth undeniable.